Hi, everybody. Welcome. It is Monday Night Knitting. It is a brand new episode of New Start Monday Knits. And I've got some things to show you, some things to talk about. And of course, we have got our winning yarn. So, you guys were voting today on two different yarns. And I've got them right here. So, one was a Woolies Thick and Quick, and Arctic Ice, I think is the color name of this. Let me see if I can find Arctic Ice. Arctic Ice. Isn't that really pretty? Kind of a bluey gray tweed. Really, really fun color. Hi, everybody. And the second color is a Karen Cakes. And this was Lilac Frosting, I believe is what this one was called. Really, really pretty. Like grays, whites, and a couple shades of purple. Really, really pretty. So you were voting on these. The project is going to be a hat, and I haven't totally decided. I guess it's going to be maybe, I don't know, what was going to be the determining factor. If it was going to go in my Christmas box or if it is going to go into my pile of charity knitting. Probably, I think I'm kind of leaning towards the charity knitting to go a hat to go with some of the cowls that I'm doing to go to my sister's place. So anyways, these were the options. It's going to be a hat, thick and quick, super bulky yarn, 9 millimeter needle, worsted weight on like a 4.5 millimeter needle. The voting was very, very close. And I was kind of excited to see what you guys were going to pick because both these colors are really, really pretty. Both balls came from my stash. This I probably bought last year at Christmas, thinking that I was going to make it into a hat because I think that was my plan last year. I was going to make new hats for everybody in my family, and I bought a whole bunch of different colors, one ball, kind of a lot of different colors. So I would have some selection, and surprise, surprise, it did not happen. Karen Cakes, this has been in my stash for a number of years because this was one of my obsessions that I got kind of hooked on buying these and making some scarves because the color changes are really, really nice. Like it was just, it's just fun. The colors are just fun. So, anyways, both of them have been in my stash for, well, not so long and quite a while. And they need to be used up. And I think they would be good gift hats, whoever it ends up going to. The voting was very, very close, you guys. It took me a little while. I had to do a lot of counting tonight on a bunch of different places to see what was the actual winning yarn. So I'll tell you in a second who the winning yarn, which yarn is the winner. I see a few more people popping in here in the chat. So hello, everybody. I hope you got your knitting, a warm drink, Christmas movie playing in the background, and just to have an hour of knitting time that you can work on something for yourself or maybe some more gift knits. So, I will also tell you a little bit more about what I knit this week. I kind of went on a mitten knitting binge. Is binge better than obsession? Is that a better word? Um, I did a lot of mitten knitting, so I'll show you that. And I finished another cowl because I am obsessed with those. So I finished that and I worked a little bit on last week's project. So we'll chat about that and Eric's sock. That was also in the mix. There's a bit of a story to that one too. So we'll get to that too. A mitten knitting spree. Yes, a spree instead of binging. Yes, spree. Jocelyn always comes up with the best words. She had told me before when I was talking about being obsessed or addicted to something, she said, I need to say I'm enamored. So I've been enamored with cowl knitting. All right, you guys, let me show you which yarn is being cast on tonight. Cast on tonight with a Christmas movie playing. I don't know what I'm going to do come January when Christmas movies are no longer on because my cast-ons and all my knitting seems to correlate with a Christmas movie right now. So this is what we've got. Super, super close. There was a lot of people, initially I think there was a lot of votes for Karen Cakes because it is just, really, really pretty. And then there was some votes for Thick and Quick because you guys all know I have a bunch of it in my stash. So there was some comments saying, knit up your stash, knit up your stash, knit up your stash. And then there was also comments about because it is thick and quick, that it would be, something that I could potentially finish this week. So in the end, this is where I need to insert pretend drum roll, get a drum roll in your head. The winner of the voting for this week's New Start Monday Knits Hat Project, the yarn that I will be casting on as long as I can find a needle, is dramatic pause. And the winner is Karen. Or no, the winner is not Karen Cakes. The winner is the Woolies Thick and Quick. Karen Cakes is going back on the wall. So this is the one that's getting knit up. So I have to say, thank you guys for picking something that is going to knit fairly quick, because a start and a finish would be pretty good. So this is what is going to be cast on. I'm going to knit the body of the hat with a 9mm. So I thinking from past years of knitting hats with this, I think I probably used like a 7 or 7.5mm for the ribbing, and then went up to a 9. And I think the whole getting something done quick vibe, I am thinking that I will just probably rib the whole hat. That's what I've done before, and we all know that ribbing is a good option, right? If you know it's going to be for a gift, then you've got lots of play with sizing because it's nice and stretchy. The ribbing's reversible, so even if I knit it a little bit longer, it can be rolled up, folded up for a nice brim, and it should be good to go and should be able to fit anybody, right? Sally, Sally, 26 days, 4 hours. Yes. In other words, that is Louise, get your butt in gear, is what that needs to say. My whole focus, I always say, it's like it's too early to be panicking about your Christmas knitting. Just need to be focused. Well, now I think it's time to be seriously focused. Not pushing the panic button yet, but this weekend coming, knock on wood, I don't think I have anything planned for the weekend. So it can be a stay at home and oh, I was gonna say binged. Jocelyn, what was your word? I've even forgotten about it. And I need to binge knit this weekend, Christmas gifts. So that'll be the plan. So anyways, this one here, as you can see, I did have it out a while ago, and I did do a little sample knit on here for one of my classes, for a Learn to Knit class. Spree! That's right. I will have a knitting spree this weekend and get some things done or more progress. Okay, so what else will I chat about? So Thick and Quick hat. Hopefully it'll be finished by next week. Well, since we're talking about hats, that was last week's project, wasn't it? The hat. You guys voted hat or cowl? I think that was the option last week. And you guys voted hat, and it was my purple hand-dyed yarn. And then I had said I was going to cast on that double dip ribbed hat by Marley Bird. So I did. I got it cast on. So here's my yarn. I have to say, I really like the yarn. So far, I'm surprising myself with my dye job. Superwash, it's superwash. Not typically a superwash fan, so we'll see. We'll see about this. It's soft, very, very soft, but it's definitely is slipperier than 100% wool, obviously, because it doesn't have those barbs on it, because it's superwash. So I cast on. And then it sat for quite a while because I had to go looking for a needle, and I was using the needle for the mitts. So once I got the mitts finished, then I had a free needle to carry on with the hat. So here it is. I'll give you a little bit closer look. Look, I got one, no, not even a full repeat done. I'm not sure how many rounds the actual repeat is. I've got 2 rows of the repeat, but I have enough done that you can see that little dip stitch. So let's see the little elongated V's here. It looks very fun. So let me tell you a little bit about this project. The pattern is free if you go to Marley Bird's website, and then there is a blog post there. So you get the free pattern, but there are a lot of pop-up videos and ads in there. But if you can like sift through all that, the pattern is there for free. If you want the pattern downloaded into your Ravelry library, you can purchase the pattern on Ravelry. So, anyways, there it is. It is fun. So, last week I had said I was excited for this project for 2 reasons. One, to see how my yarn would knit up. And so far, I'm liking how this purple tonal is knitting up. And I was excited for the stitch pattern because it was the double dip. Oh my goodness, this seriously is like a tongue twister in my head every time I say it. Double dipped ribbed hat. I was excited because I wanted to see if the stitch pattern was something new that I had not done before. And it's half new. I have done the dip stitch before, which is very, very easy. It's just a smidgen bit slow because you've got to stop, you've got to count over stitches, then you've got to count down rows. So it does slow you up a little bit. But doing the double, I had not done before. So that was really fun. If I can find another needle, I would switch needles because I'm finding it very, very slippery with the superwash yarn and the nickel plated needles. What doing the dip stitch when you have to wrap the yarn around your needle and then pull it up through, I'm finding it's taking me 2 or 3 tries to like having to rewrap the yarn and pull it through. And then I get it halfway pulled through and my wrap falls off my needle. So um, I'm thinking wooden needles would help grip the yarn. I think that would be easier. And oh, Sally, I just looked here. I see Sally's got a comment in here. Sally said, I'm working on this hat, but the dip stitch is hurting her hand. Solution, use a crochet hook. That would be a great idea. Because the other thing I was going to say is because you're picking up your dip stitch, one time you're picking it up on the left needle, the next time you're picking it up on the right needle. And when I was going the second dip, I was finding it really hard to keep that wrap on the needle when I was knitting English style, I guess, with the yarn in my right hand. And I switched to continental and I found it a lot easier. Just the direction of the yarn going the opposite way kept it on the needle as I was pulling it through. So that's my 2 tips for doing this is wood needles if your yarn is slippery and you're having trouble keeping that wrap on there, and try continental, knitting continental. I found that easier. Now that I've gone all the way around, I was getting a bit of a hang of it and I was really having to really wrap the yarn around my fingers to keep it on there. So, and then, wiggling my needles around, like practically having to stand on my head to keep that wrap on there so it wouldn't come off. But Sally's idea of doing it with a crochet hook is really, really smart. So Sally also says it's so easy with a small hook, and I place my stitch in the correct position for the next row. I may give that a whirl, Sally, because I was getting the hang of it, but it was slow because it was so slippery. So maybe we'll give that I will give that a try. Sally, you're so smart. Excellent, excellent idea. Thank you. But anyway, other than that, but it is fun and it gives you such a really fun stitch that I think it's worth it. And I know when I've done some of these other stitch patterns like this, probably the dip stitch cowl and the bubble stitch, I remember thinking back, I think I did those in January, thinking that, oh my goodness, thank goodness this is just a cowl and not like a whole sweater because that would be a lot. But on a small project, something that I would probably just do maybe like one pattern repeat a night and set it aside. I don't think it's something I'd want to, do hours and hours and hours on. Um, I think I would want to switch it up a little bit. But 2 rounds in and I'm liking it. So hopefully the sizing is going to be okay. Hopefully. We'll see. Anyways, I'm going to carry on with it. That's that. It was an adventure. That's what I should say about the double dipped ribbed hat. So far, it's going good though. I like it. I like it, and I will just keep going. So it was living in my Cheryl bag. The other project that I had in here, I always call it my Cheryl bag. It's actually my needle crafts bag. Um, the divided shell bag. I love this because so many projects can fit in here. I have at least 2 or 3 in here all the time. Well, I did. I've got yarn for my mitts. I've got the yarn for my mitts. And oh, there's actually a random dishcloth ball in here as well. And then I had Eric's sock in here. And then I had the other 100-gram ball of yarn in here. And that's what I've been carrying around this week to work on. So hat is off to a slow start. The ribbing went super, super quick. Super, super quick as I found a 4mm needle right off the bat. And then I got stuck waiting for that 4mm to become free. So I will show you the mitts. So I have been playing around knitting mitts for a while now, and I knit a little bit and I pull out and I do a different stitch pattern, and then I pull it out and I do another one. So I actually ended up getting 2 mitts finished, but I did 2 different cuffs and I played around with a lot of different stitch patterns. And actually, this one here is similar, but I switched out 2 stitches on this one, so it's not quite the same. Anyways, so that was what I this was a lot of my knitting this past week. And it was fun, but now I have ended up and I wasn't even thinking, you guys. I made 2 left mitts. So I can't even wear a mismatched pair. Actually, this one here is a little small because this really was my prototype of my gauge swatch. And I was doing smaller size needles. Ooh. Anyways, so that's what I was doing. I was playing around with a lot of stranded knitting this week. Um, yeah, so this was knit with Cascade 220 that I got from Little Red Mitten. And I don't think there's any color names on here. It was just dark gray and a white. Something that was a lot of good contrast so the pattern would show up well. So they're really nice. I really, really like the yarn. I had a lot of fun doing the pattern. Has an afterthought thumb on here, and I absolutely love doing the Latvian braids. I want to now put like Latvian braids on everything. I am enamored with Latvian braids now. So maybe I don't know. Can I throw one on a ribbed hat? Ooh, could I? Maybe I don't know if I will. But anyways, I like these. So these are probably going to go on a lot more pairs of mitts. Um, oh, what is this, Jocelyn? I really worry about making 2 of the same mitts when I make them. Oh, oh, hi Bernadette and Kim and Nikki and Sally, Sam, Susanna. Who else is in the chat here tonight? Sally is. Lynn. Hi Joanne. Jude. Christine. Jen. Am I getting everybody here? All right, you guys. Well, so anyways, oh, Nikki just finished mitts for her bonus daughter. I saw you finish socks too. So anyways, that was what I was having a lot of fun with when I probably should have been working on socks, but And then just because I did another cowl and I made this one smaller so it would be really nice and snug. Again, woolies, thick and quick. This was Blossom. I think this is colorway Blossom. The other ones here, this was Raspberry and this was Oatmeal. So this one here, I did remember I caught myself, I was casting on and I stopped and I did the crocheted provisional cast on with this, with the crochet hook. So it was really easy to do. Yep, I think right there. A garter stitch, um, garter stitch, Kitchener stitch, garter stitch grafting to sew it up. Really, really easy. So I had talked, I think last week about that and saying that but the difference between garter stitch and stockinette grafting is that making sure that you've got the correct side facing you. So I always think of it when you've got your stitches on the needles, you want the look at your stitches and you want the knit stitch. The last row of stitches on your needle needs to be the knit side of the garter stitch, and what's facing you on the back side needs to be the purl. And then you just do your setup row of purl and leave on in the front, purl and leave on in the front, and then you just start knitting off, purling on, and you repeat that. So exact same on the back, knitting off, purling on. And you do those two steps, front and back, front and back, front and back, all the way across. And then you get a nice garter stitch seam. Really, really easy, and it gives you a nice seam. I may not cast on any more of those for a little while. I may take a little bit of a break, but I will not promise. We'll see. I've got some more yarn, so I can very easily cast on a few more. Okay, cowl, mitts, the hat, Eric's sock. Eric's sock. Well, I saw somebody left me a message just like not too long, like maybe like half an hour before we started chatting, and said, oh, I think it was MJ, and said, Louise, how did you make out with the heel on Eric's sock? She said she just finished a heel on hers and was wondering if I got the heel done and if I was past the heel. I am not past the heel. I was at the heel. I am now back at the bottom of the leg. I made I made like the biggest rookie mistake ever. I got carried away. I'm going to blame it on Christmas movies. I'm going to blame it on whatever movie I was watching. There was probably a gingerbread competition or a snowman building competition that I was just so focused on that I did not read the complete instructions for the German heel. So I decided to put a German heel on Eric's. I switched that up too. I had decided I've got 3 socks with the leg done and they're all ready for heels. And one of them, the oh, which one was it? Not my sparkle sock, not Eric's sock, but the other one that's like the vintage Christmas tree, the color celebration, the Regia. I was going to do the German heel on there. But then I decided I really wanted to try the German heel and I really need to get Eric's Christmas socks done. So I decided I was going to put that heel on Eric's sock. I was Christmas movie watching. I was reading the instructions for the German heel because we talked about it last week where I said that you do the German heel, you do a heel flap and then you turn the heel. So you take half your amount of stitches that you have for the leg and that's your starting point for the heel flap. But then you add on a seam stitch and then an extra 8 stitches. So your half your stitches plus the 8 plus the 1. So I ended up with 45 stitches because I had a 72 stitch sock. And then you slip the first stitch and then you work in stockinette stitch, which is exactly what I did. And then I went back and read the instructions again. And the very next row says knit and stockinette stitch as follows. Those dreaded words, right? As follows, or when you're shaping something and it says at the same time. Well, I didn't do that. I just went ahead and did a stockinette because I don't know what I thought. Anyways, I was supposed to do the seam stitch in the heel flap, and I didn't. So that's okay. I know the stitch count that I need, and the heel flap looked lovely because I didn't cut the yarn. I didn't do a contrast color. I just kept using the same striped yarn, and it looked lovely. So now I took out that half of my circular needle because I did the heel flap on my little 9-inch circular, and I left the sock downstairs, so I can't even show it to you. Not that it's anything to show you. It's just a lovely leg now. I pulled out my 3-inch heel flap and picked up my stitches again, reread the pattern instructions, and now I think I know what I'm supposed to do. So I have to knit across so far, and where the seam stitch is on either side of the heel flap, I have to purl a stitch in there. So anyways, I had a few lovely hours of knitting a heel flap while I was watching Christmas movies. I just now had to backtrack. So anyways, you win some, you lose some. What do you do? So now I'm ready to carry on again. So at some point, I will actually be able to show you a German heel. Fingers crossed after my weekend of my knitting spree weekend this weekend. Hopefully it will produce a German heel or at least something that I can show you. And we'll talk about it a little bit more. So that was what happened with the sock. Anyways, it's looking good. It'll get done. Still have, well, what Sally said, 26 days till Christmas. So we got lots of time. But December 1st is on Thursday. Can you guys believe it? It has seemed to come so quickly. Now all of a sudden it's here. So Advent knitting. I think that was everything I said I was going to talk to you about, I think, right? I think so. Um Christmas sock. What else can I say? Oh, our Christmas sock knit along is technically ending Wednesday night. So a lot of people this weekend were posting finished socks and they look so good. You guys are going to have super wonderful festive socks. I may end up wearing mismatched socks this Christmas because so far all I'm going to have is singles done, but that's okay. I'll keep working on them throughout the month of December and see where I end up for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So we will do a draw. It'll technically will close Wednesday. So, and then I will do a draw on Instagram. I'm going to do the draw. Whoops, we have a cat. I'll do the draw on Instagram. So if you have got a finished pair of Christmas socks, and it doesn't matter even if you have never ever posted about them up until now, that is totally fine. If you have a finished pair done for Wednesday night, post them on Instagram, use the hashtag WW Christmas Socks 2022, and then I will look at that hashtag and we will draw a winner. And then I will either announce it later on in the week or we'll talk about it definitely next Monday night and we'll see who the winner is. Daisy's come to say hello, apparently. Um, what else? Advent knitting. What is everybody doing for Advent knitting, or is anybody doing anything? I know a lot of people have got Advent calendars, and you're going to be opening them starting Thursday to see what your first yarn is. But do you know what you're knitting with them? Is anybody doing socks, a certain project? I saw Wendy had asked about Advent knit-alongs, and a couple people had told her about some different podcasts that were doing some knit-alongs. So I was curious to see what anybody else was doing. I had pulled out. I've got some minis here. Some of them are from last year's two. Oh my goodness, I think it was 2 years ago, our Christmas card exchange. And I have some minis that I have not ever used. So I'm wondering, oh, Jocelyn. That's right, Jocelyn. Jocelyn's got a mystery a mystery knit along pattern coming out. So, Jocelyn, is it available now or is it available Thursday for December 1st? Hmm. Anyway, so I had this crazy idea that I should do something with some minis. But now I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do because I've never bought an advent calendar. And every year at this time, when I see everybody's all like their excitement and they're getting them in the mail, I'm thinking, oh, darn, I should have done it. And I always think, okay, next year I'll do it. Next year I'll do it. Next year I'll treat myself. And I didn't do it this year either. And I thought, well, maybe I could just use my own minis and just randomly pick one and just do a scarf or something. So I'm not sure. And then I thought, well, maybe I could also work on just a red, white, and green scarf. I could really just do Christmas colors. I have a couple days to figure this out. So I'm not sure. But Jocelyn's mystery knit along. That sounds kind of fun too. Kim, you got an Advent Christmas stripe yarn. You do one stripe each day until Christmas and finish socks on day 24. So that sounds fun. I like that. Just doing a stripe. Mary, you're knitting some of your past Advents into a shawl called the Quest. Ah, okay. Fun, fun. Okay, so Jocelyn says people can get the info sheet now to prepare if they want to use minis from Stash. The first clue drops on the first. Hmm. Okay. I may sit tonight with a cup of hot chocolate, with a Christmas movie, and my new hat yarn and contemplate if I have time to do some kind of Advent knitting. I'm like having this debate with myself. One hand is like, Louise, do you have time? The other hand is saying, it would be so much fun. Just do something. So we'll see. I will think about it tonight. But I'm kind of thinking that maybe um I might, or there's Jocelyn's Mystery Knit Along, which I'm really intrigued about. So maybe I could might just do that. So Mary's asking, so this must be for Jocelyn. Is the Mystery Knit Along a shawl? Yes, I'm sure. Yes, she said it is a shawl, Mary. So then I think it's just the techniques and things are the what the mystery is. So that sounds a lot of fun. Well, you guys, that has been my week. It seems to have been very, very, very busy with very, I was gonna say not really anything close to a finish, which is a little bit unfortunate. But my weekend, this past weekend was very, very busy. I had something on pretty much every day, so that did cut into my knitting time a little bit. But, I got to spend the day yesterday with my mom and my niece and nephew for a good part of the afternoon, and my brother and sister-in-law for supper, so that was really fun. Okay, Jocelyn says, okay, so her mystery knit along is the Rebel Mystery Cowl on Ravelry. Okay, that sounds fun. Yes, I think I'm gonna check it out too, Mary. So, okay, so Mary, what are you gonna do 2 of them then? Because you said you're gonna cast on your minis for the quest. Are you gonna attempt 2? Why not? Why not? It would be extra fun, right? So, okay, so yes, so the Wildflower Wool Christmas Sock Knit Along is finishing up in a couple of days. The Fiber Friends Winter Accessories Challenge, it also is finishing up in a couple of days. And I saw a lot of people over in the Fiber Friends Facebook group posting lots of finishes, headbands and hats, socks. Nikki, I got your message. I will add you into Ravelry later on. So it's fun seeing all of these pictures. And the Fiber Friends challenge is where I got the idea for doing the double dip ribbed hat because somebody had posted a finish in the Ravelry thread and I thought it looks so fun. I thought I have to do this. So we'll see how far I get. Hi, Donna Marie. How are you? Hi, Sam. Oh, Mary said, no, you'll probably do Jocelyn's. Okay, so the quest is on hold. I know the mystery knit along sounds fun, doesn't it? Oh, it has reindeer. Okay, Sally's asking me, Louise, did you see the red and white scarf in the movie A Cozy Christmas Inn? It has reindeer. No, I didn't. And I don't think I saw that movie, Cozy Christmas Inn. I don't think I saw that movie yet. So has it inspired you, Sally? Are you thinking you need to do a reindeer scarf? Amber, you're finishing up another pair of Christmas socks? That's exciting. Wonderful. I really liked the first pair that you finished. They looked really fun. Everybody's picked such great colors. Um, yeah, they're all, I mean, anything Christmassy is fun. I was at Little Red Mitten Friday night and they had three Christmas sock yarns down there. Oh my goodness. I just really I just wish I could just buy all the Christmas sock yarns. They were really nice. One was a cotton, so which I thought was really fun for people who find wool a little uncomfortable. So it was a cotton. I don't know if there was any wool in it or not. It definitely felt like a cotton. Don't know. I didn't look at the tag to see exactly what the makeup of it was, but there was that one. There was my Heritage Prints that I'm working on my Magic Heel sock. Um, there was a new Christmas colorway in that, and it looked really nice. And then there was another one, it was a 250-gram balls, like a divided sock ball, and it looked very much like Eric's Christmas socks. They were dark red and green striped. Dark red, dark green, striped. They looked really, really fun too. I don't know which one I would have if I had to only pick one, I don't know, maybe the Cascade Heritage. No, I don't know, it would have been hard, but they had quite a few there, so if you're looking for Christmas sock yarn and, they London Yard or Little Red Mitten, I'm not sure, London Yards maybe was doing a sale too, but Little Red Mitten was doing, a Cyber Monday sale. So and if you ordered over a certain amount of yarn, I think $150 worth, you got a Leo and Roxy sock set, I do believe. So yeah, that was pretty intriguing. I was like, ooh, that's tempting. Sam, oh, you pick a dishcloth pattern. I'm going to cast on. Oh, Sam, you're going to cast on a dishcloth tonight? Fantastic. Oh, Amber, you really want to get Grandma got run over by a reindeer? Oh, Mary said, I was gone all day. Did you have a vote project? I did, Mary. So it's going to be a hat. And this is the yarn. That was the winning yarn. Where did my Karen cakes go? The other one was the Karen cake. And it was in purples and gray. But this is the one, the thick and quick. I think everybody was feeling sorry for me and thinking, give her something with thick yarn and big needles, right? So I can get it finished. So that's what I'm casting on. It's going to be a hat. Oh, Amber says it's the new Leo and Roxy colorway. Oh, that's what they're adding in. That will be gorgeous. All their colorways are beautiful. Oh, Knit Picks has a great sale. Sally bought more stroll fingering and lots of colors for heels, toes, and cuffs. Oh, that's fun. Lovely. Well, I know Cheryl was looking to get some minis for her Advent socks. And our friend Debbie from the Loving Path, she had an open house this past Sunday. And Cheryl was going to go and see what she could find for minis there. So I haven't talked to her to see what she came home with. So we'll have to see. Oh, Kim, you're going to make some fingerless mitts. Oh, with thick and quick. Oh, well, that will go really fast too. And they will be nice and warm. Amber, you're just weaving in ends and you're done your socks. Okay, good for you. Yay, that's exciting. That's good. I'm glad. You'll have 2 new pairs of socks. You'll be able to wear them to work, and the kids will all be super excited to see you wearing Christmas socks. That is fantastic. I have a friend who is a bus driver. So she knits herself a hat. She just started the job last year. So she knit herself an Easter hat. So she wanted every holiday to wear a hat. So she had did one a stranded colorwork hat with Easter bunnies on it for Easter. She did one for Halloween. I can't remember what was on it, and she was working on a Christmas one too. So I thought, how fun is that, right? You um just have a little bit of fun, right? Just with her. Yeah, with her. She can change out her hats and whatever. And I think the kids will it'll be fun for the kids, right? Especially the little kids. Probably the older kids, even though they probably won't admit it, will think it's pretty fun. Oh gosh, that's so great. So yeah, so I'm back to the my advent. I think I really want to do something. Jocelyn's shawl would be fun. Maybe Jocelyn, I'm gonna have to go and get the info sheet that's available now. I don't know. I've got my minis. I'm just gonna use what I've got. Or or I could just grab some random balls as I'm looking at all my sock yarn and just make my own minis, right? Just use whatever. Hmm. Possibilities. All right. Jury's still out on that. I'm still just gonna keep thinking about it. But yes, December 1st is starting. I can't believe that. Yikes. That is time to get seriously focused on gift knitting. I've got cup 2 just really 2 presents that I need. Okay, 3. 3 that I need to get done for Christmas Day. Yeah, so Amber, random yarn or leftovers? Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking random yarn and leftovers means a ball of sock yarn that I haven't knit. And I could just use it, right? And I could um use up some croy. I could do a shawl and croy, possibly. Just kind of looking here at what I've got. I've got some solids. I've got a little bit of everything. Okay. I'll have to see. Use leftover sock yarn, Sally says. Yes, I could definitely do that. Definitely do that. So, what else is everybody working on? Anything? Is anybody else getting close to a finish? And I need to remember to put my projects into Ravelry this week. Totally forgot last week. So thank goodness this is my warm up. If I had waited till January to start putting my new Start Monday projects in Ravelry, I would have done really well for 2 weeks. I would have been super proud of myself. And then the third week, so last week with my purple hat, completely forgot to put it in Ravelry until I think this past weekend I was talking about something and I was like, oh my gosh, I, like, never even thought about it, and if this had been the 3rd week in January, I would have been like, "That's it. I messed up once. I can't do it. Forget it." You know? And just be, like, done with it, but now I don't have that mindset because now this is, like, my pre-warm up, to get ready. This is my warming up to get to remembering to do it every week, so I'm kind of expecting myself to forget a week or 2, so so now I'm still fine. I'm, like, not being hard on myself because I forgot. So but tonight, I need to go into Ravelry, and I will put in last week's project and this hat, and then I'll get myself back on track, get back in that groove of putting my stuff on Ravelry because I really, really wanna do that for next week or, for next year. Then, when December comes, we're gonna have to kind of start thinking about New Year's resolutions. I know some people don't bother with them. Some people, like me, think they're really fun and then never follow through with them. Some of you guys do. You like really pick something and then do it. But I know it's not. too early to start thinking about that, is it? It's almost December, like, is this the year you're gonna try socks? Is this the year you're gonna try knitting a sweater? Is this the year you're gonna start your Christmas presents early and have them done by November 1st? Are you gonna try to knit 12 pairs of socks? Oh my goodness, you guys, I did a little tidying up and I came across, oh, I've easily have, I think, 7 pairs of socks on the needles right now. So, yeah, I don't know how that happened. No wonder I can't find any more sock needles. So, yeah, so I gotta sit and finish some socks before the end of the year because I had said I wanted to do 12 pairs, and I would really like to make 12 pairs. So, we will see. I think I have all the ones that I need are on the needles, I'm sure. I just need to get them finished. So, we will see when that happens between now and December 31st. Oh, Amber, you're also working on hats for Christmas knitting for your hubby. Oh, it's a crafty Christmas. I like that. I know. My family's getting a lot more handmade gifts this year. Well, more what I like doing is my Christmas box because then I feel it takes the pressure off. If I say I'm making something for somebody, then all of a sudden I just feel like this like 100-pound weight land on my shoulders. And it's like, oh my gosh, is it the right color? Is it going to fit? Are they going to like it? Am I going to get it done in time? But if I just randomly knit a hat and say, oh, it's going to go in the Christmas box, then I have none of those worries about the color and the fit because it's just gonna be something it's gonna be there and somebody can try it on. If it fits, they like the color, they can have it. And I like that a whole lot better. It's very interesting how I can, like, get my head wrapped around something in one way, and it causes me no stress, but you think about it an opposite way, and it's like, oh, it's totally different. Sam, be like me and try to knit 200 dishcloths next year. Yeah, Sam, that's going to be fun keeping track of what your monthly count is. I can't wait for that again. Jude, the speed my crochet skills are progressing. I will still be working on the Jocelyn made me do it blanket. Snow days with hot chocolate blanket most of December. Well, that's not a bad project for the month of December, I don't think. Oh, still knitting on the tailor sweater, Donna Marie. Okay, it's the welcome my friends to the knit that never ends. I think we've all had projects like that, haven't we? Sally, your goal was 12 projects for this year, and you've completed 25 so far, and the year's not even over. You've like more than doubled your goal. That's fantastic. Jocelyn says, but yes, what a blanket it will be. I know it'll be gorgeous, won't it? Hi, Liz. How are you? Absent-minded knitter. Did you forget it was Monday night, Liz? Nikki, you're going to be working on a snow day with hot chocolate blanket on December also. Well, look at that. You guys will have matching blankets. What colors are you guys doing your blankets in? Is there, okay. Anyways, okay. You'll have to tell me. Jocelyn says, I need to start thinking about my bingo card for next year. Yes, I love the bingo card idea. No resolutions for me. I know the bingo card is kind of is a fun idea. So you just take like a blank bingo card and then you just you put as projects though, right? That you want to make and then see at the end of the year. So what's your bingo card looking like already? Is it in good shape or is there going to be some mad crocheting and knitting going on before the end of the year? Sam, you have to pick. Oh, my best just class patterns. Oh, yes, yes. What is the first one you're going to cast on, Sam? Do you know what the first one's going to be? Okay. Oh, so Jocelyn's bingo card. It can be projects or whips I have for knitting and one for other crafts. Okay. Okay, so Nikki, is that supposed to say yours are very boring colors? Is that what you meant to type? The main color is white with rainbow tweed or bright. Is it boring or bright? Because you said now it's white with a rainbow tweed, and the contrast one is teal and then yellow and blue. I'm thinking bright is what you're meaning. Oh, yes, you said bright. Okay, yeah, that doesn't sound boring. Bright is good on for a blanket in the middle of winter, you need something bright and cheery. Oh, Sam, you've got your first you know what your pattern is gonna be? Fantastic. Autocorrect hates me. I know, right? I know. Yeah, well, I mean, we've all been there, right? You type something and then just as you hit enter, you're like, "Darn, that's not what I wanted that to say." But that's okay. We all know that, right? And usually, you can read between the lines to what it's supposed to be. That's fun. Well, I know. I kind of like this time of year when you're kind of wrapping things up and January feels like a brand new start. So I know I've got written down somewhere what my finishes were from last year. I kept track of how many projects I finished and then broke them down into like how many dishcloths, how many socks, hats, mitts, etc. So I'll have to compare to this year and see if I was anywhere close or not even in the ballpark. And I'm not even sure where I am because I haven't really been keeping close track of what I've been finishing, but I will figure that out at the end of the year. And I remember last year I almost didn't count my projects because I felt like I hadn't got hardly anything finished. And then when I did actually go through and write them all down, I completely shocked myself at how many projects I had actually finished and almost fell off my chair that I had finished, I think, 6 pairs of socks. I thought I had finished 2 pairs, and I actually finished 6. Totally shocked myself, and then I was so happy that I actually, you know, took the time to count it all up because well, I mean, I don't know why I was worried about it in the first place because whatever you get do or don't get done, it's all fun and you've had a great year of knitting, regardless of what the actual numbers are. So yeah, that was a little lesson for me to just always do a year in review recap and see where you are, right? And then if it's I mean, obviously some years are going to be more than others, but it just is what it is. Yeah, Sally's asking what happened to the whiteboard. It's here. It's here. It just needs to be updated. That will be another thing for next year that I will try to keep it up weekly. That's I did well for a little while. And then I fell off the wagon with that too. So there's lots of room for improvement for my whiteboard um updates for next year. Oh, Amber just posted her latest pair of socks. I can't wait to go see them. That's so exciting. Nikki, you just did a big stash cleanup. Did you really? All your whips in one trunk and yarn in other 4 trunks. Oh my gosh. Yes, 4 trunks. And that is not my fiber, just my yarn. Well, sounds like you've got a good stash going there. But that's good. It feels good to get it all cleaned up and organized, doesn't it? Okay, so Sam's saying, when I cast on New Year's Eve at 12 o'clock a.m., I will send you a picture. Fantastic. I look forward to it. Liz, resolution 123. Update whiteboard. Yeah, I know. Oh, resolution is that like 123? I thought it was like 1, 2, 3, go. Um, either one actually works though, doesn't it? So Asa and I have to keep you on track next year. I know. I know. I'm gonna try and keep myself on track. So we'll see how I do. Jocelyn, so many people have made such lovely socks this month. I might have my first sock done this weekend. Might get the second one done in time for Christmas Day. That is actually a good plan, right? And that's kind of what doing the Christmas socks in November is all about to get people kind of kick-started so that you can have socks to wear starting December 1st. Or exactly, get one sock done in November, get the second one done in December, and you've got something for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, the week between Christmas and New Year's Day, because anything goes, right? As long as you're having fun. Oh my goodness, you guys, I am so excited. I'm really excited to get this hat cast on. I'm excited for a lot of things. I want to get my this heel. Oh my goodness. If I come back and next week and I have trouble with that heel, well, I don't know what it'll be. Hopefully I will have progress on the heel. I should have. I'm gonna really try to because I don't want to come back here and say again, I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, I still don't have it done. But we'll see. Fingers crossed. We'll see. And then we'll be able to talk about some Advent knitting. You guys will be able to update us all. You'll have had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Maybe that's what you guys will all be sitting and working on Monday night is doing your color for your Advent. So, and then I'll let you know if I start Jocelyn's mystery knit along. I think I'm going to, as long as I have yarn for it. I mean, the right colors. I have enough yarn. It's just whether I've got the colors. So I think I will go check that out later tonight too. All right, I'm gonna just take a peek here at the last of the comments because well, yeah, we're getting down to our last 5 minutes here, and our hour is going to be up. Kim said one sweater. Oh, that needs to be blocked, buttons. Oh, a wrap that needs to be a wrap that needs to be mattress stitched. Another sweater to be assembled and blocked, one hat, and one pair of socks to finish. All for Christmas. Well, that's not too bad, actually, Kim. Okay, so one sweater that needs to be blocked, buttons put on. That's like almost done. So that doesn't count. That counts as a finish already. A wrap that needs to be mattress stitched. That won't take too long. That's like a Christmas movie. Hopefully not a whole Christmas movie. Another sweater needs to be mattress. Oh, another stitch needs to be assembled and blocked. Okay, that could be another Christmas movie. And one hat and a pair of socks to finish. And that could be the rest of December. Your month is just going to be filled just perfectly, Kim. Oh, yes, Sam, you've got an appointment. Well, hopefully that all goes well. And hopefully maybe just getting back and doing some knitting, just doing a little bit and getting it moving, maybe it actually will help it. Maybe um we'll feel good. Maybe it just needs a little stretching. Maybe. If it does hurt, then just stop. See, you'll have to figure out for yourself how that's gonna go. But yeah, don't overdo it for sure. Just for um a challenge, right? Oh, okay. Nikki said, oh yes, your even heel. Oh my gosh. Nikki, where are those socks? I have a pair of socks cast on for your even heel. Okay, there's another one. And my dainty socks. I didn't find those yet either. Okay, so I have two more pairs of socks floating around here too. Okay. Yes, you're right. But Nikki, your even heel sock. Oh, it includes a 72, so it'll work for the sock with the pattern, and it's free. All right. I maybe will have to do that, Nikki. Yeah. Yes, Kim, I think everybody's sending you good finishing vibes here that you will get it all done. You can just like tick off those finishes. Oh, Jocelyn's heading out. Yep, Jocelyn and I will be here Thursday night, everybody. So Jocelyn had a couple projects. I looked at our list today, Jocelyn, and yes, I've got a couple things to show. Jocelyn has a couple things to show. So join us Thursday night, 7:30, so half an hour earlier than tonight. And Jocelyn and I will show our progress from last month's um, projects and our goals we picked last month. Then we'll see if we came anywhere as close to achieving those goals. Maybe they're all done. We will have to just wait and see you on Thursday. Yes. Oh, Jude, I'm so glad. We'll see you on Thursday. Good night, Liz. Yes, may you have swift needles. It is that time of year that we are all needing swift needles for sure. Well, everybody, thank you so much for voting. I'm excited to cast this on and get this turned into a hat. And oh my goodness, Nikki just has to Kitchener stitch on the toe of her Christmas socks, and then she will be done. That is super exciting, you guys. I can't wait. Post those finishes on Instagram and tag me. WW Christmas socks 2022. Start typing the hashtag and it pops up for you. So, everybody, needles up. Happy knitting, Sally says. Absolutely. Have a great week, everybody. I will see you here Thursday night with Jocelyn. Cheryl and I will be on the Fiber Friends channel Saturday morning. And then, of course, we'll be back here again next Monday. Hopefully, I will have a finished hat, some more progress, and we will be voting on more yarn and projects for next week. So have a great week, everybody. Let's watch the Christmas movies and get lots of knitting done. And I will see you later this week. Good night.